8 children struck by reckless drivers in Milwaukee in the past 3 weeks. 2 of those children died.
So what are police doing to combat this problem? Elise Preston hit the streets to find out.
City leaders report in the last 5 years, nearly 250,000 people have been ticketed in Milwaukee, many for reckless driving. From his front porch,
Well, we've been here since 1971.
8-year-old Elisha Davis can see just about everything near the intersection of 15th and Capitol.
It's almost like a highway. Why are we in such a big rush to get to the accident?
What all do you see?
I see the whole thing. I see accidents. I see people running through the lights. If the light is red, I see passing up emergency vehicle. That happens all the time.
Davis raised his children in Milwaukee and remembers when they rode bikes or walked with no worries. But now with grandchildren and great-grandchildren, where there was once freedom, there's now fear.
These are violent crashes. People have lost their lives.
Yes.
I'm really just out of words right now.
Shanterica Raymond knows that agony. One devastating night in October, she was at a loss for words with tears streaming down her face and her 10-year-old son's blood smeared on her shirt.
It's heartbreaking because it could have been my last time seeing him.
The mom rushed to 22nd and Center after getting a call her son Dravius and her 2 young nieces had been hit while walking home from the playground on a school night.
The park is just right across the street. This is the park that they were playing in. So from here to a half a block home, you know, was a fatal attraction.
Life stolen from 4-year-old Amia and 6-year-old Elisa. And to blame a driver who witnesses say plowed through a bike lane into a crosswalk at a red light.
It was a careless act. You know, it was very careless of them. You really hurt someone's heart. You really hurt someone's family.
When we hear the term reckless driving, what does that entail?
Severe lane changes, high speed, driving at high speeds, running through red lights, running through stop signs, driving around pedestrians when pedestrians are in the streets.
A 12-year veteran of the Milwaukee Police Department, Officer Jeremy Kerslake patrols near 60th and Capitol.
The fact that we were with you today, did you choose this intersection for our safety?
It is an easier intersection to have you guys behind me, I feel, than Capitol Drive.
We spent about 20 minutes with the officer and his partner as they worked to keep the streets safe.
Do you have any other questions for me?
In just that short time, on a random weekday when traffic was not as heavy, officers pulled over 2 separate drivers barreling down a residential neighborhood as families looked on.
53 miles per hour in a 30 mile per hour zone.
Citations for speeders are up 20% from last year to this year. According to MPD, from January 1st through October, 459 citations were given for unreasonable speed. Police issued more than 1,100 tickets for not stopping at a stop sign this year, and 216 citations for driving through a bike lane, up from 191 the year before. All violations, police say 19-year-old Daytwan Robinson carried out when he hit Amia, Elisa, and Dravius. Watching out for children from his front porch, Davis warns that the best way to keep children and families safe here in Milwaukee is to be mindful of the community as a whole.
We have to live here all together. We have to remember that there's more than you are out there.
City of Milwaukee leaders wrote a letter to Governor Tony Evers last month asking for resources for the Milwaukee Police Department to help keep our streets safe. But right now, a task force is also asking for your help. You can voice your solutions at ongoing public meetings. Elise Preston, today's TMJ4.